You guys, I wish I was joking. But Stephanie Jenkins just filmed her daughter chopping onions like she was auditioning for a cooking show, with zero safety and a literal kitchen knife.
I know it's not like a CPS kind of concern, but the amount of seasoning that Stephanie Jenkins puts in her food should be like a CPS concern, because it gave me the ick in her last video. This one right here on the bottom, I'm gonna post a screenshot, but basically Addie was helping her make food, and like it wasn't a kind of like setup for the camera, but whatever, I digress. So Addie was helping Stephanie Jenkins make food, and she was putting pepper, and then she put more, and it wasn't enough, and then she had to put more, and then she had to put more and more, and then like Stephanie Jenkins looked so frustrated, she was like rolling her eyes back, and then she continues to like berate her daughter. She's like, so she acts like she's not putting any seasoning on her food, and da da da, she's allergic to it. And why are you talking to people, or why are you talking about your daughter to people on the internet? Why? You are not a good mother.
I blinked and the chaos entered the chat again. This week, TikTok mom Stephanie Jenkins posted another cute family video. But when you really watch it, and I mean actually pay attention, it turns from aw to oh no real fast. From dangerous parenting choices to what looks like substance use on camera, it feels like we're watching a train wreck that no one's stopping. Let's get into it, because this isn't about views or drama anymore. It's about real kids in real danger. Quick reset for anyone new here. Stephanie Jenkins, aka Resilient Jenkins, is a TikTok mom with a large following. She often films her kids, especially her eldest daughter Addie, for content. Stephanie's parenting has raised serious concerns online, from neglect to overexposing her children to potential substance use. She's currently living in a motel with her boyfriend Drew and their children. CPS has allegedly visited but hasn't intervened much. The internet is asking, is Stephanie just careless, or is she putting her kids at real risk? Here's the problem we unpacking. Stephanie's content shows clear patterns of unsafe parenting, and no one seems to be stepping in. Now, step by step, here's what happened recently. Stephanie uploaded a cooking video featuring Addie, her eldest daughter. This should have been a sweet bonding moment. Addie was helping her mom cook for the first time, nervous but eager.
We're gonna try to make some meatloaf meatballs instead. Addie's gonna basically do a lot of it herself, and I'm gonna walk her through it. So you just want to cut the onion in half, but try to miss this thing, okay? This way. Keep your knife flat. Dry it out a little bit by putting it in the air fryer.
But instead of a safe, supportive space, what we saw was a child cooking under pressure, with a camera in her face and zero kitchen safety. Let's break it down. Stephanie stood by while Addie chopped onions with a knife that she was clearly not trained to use. She cut towards her hand instead of away from it, and Stephanie just stood there. No hand guide, no supervision, no correction. Only a voiceover later teasing Addie for being scared of seasoning. And yes, that's the next part. Addie cautiously added seasoning to the meatballs, and Stephanie mocked her in the voiceover, saying she was scared of seasoning.
So like I said, the goal here was to make some kind of like meatloaf meatballs. We all kind of missed meatloaf, and it's been a while since we've had it, so I was like, let's improvise and make some meatloaf meatballs. And it actually turned out pretty delicious. You do basically about the same thing you're going to do for meatloaf. Put it in your main food, because what if one of these eggs has something nasty in it, and we put it in here, and then it's ruined our food?
No.
No more.
But we do have crackers.
So yeah, a little bit different vibe than we're used to for my cooking videos, but my daughter actually wanted to help tonight, and I'm all for it when the kids ask to help to cook, because usually like I have to encourage them, and they're just like, yeah, I don't even want to. So when they ask and they want to, heck yeah, I'm all for it. This girl like scared a season or something though. She kept just pouring the littlest amount, and then she's like, "That's a lot." I'm like, "I promise you, it's not when you want your food seasoned."
But besties, if you've seen Stephanie cook, you know she uses more seasoning than actual food. It's giving taste the sodium, not the protein. So, not only is Addie left to fend for herself in the kitchen, but when she shows caution, she gets ridiculed in front of thousands. Now, here's where it gets disturbing. Stephanie previously advertised a juice that supposedly makes women smell snack like, then filmed Addie drinking it on camera. She literally gave this product to her child for the internet to see after framing it in a sexualized content. There is no defending that. And on her goofy backup channel, Stephanie danced with her daughters, including a clip where Addie mimicked her mother's dance, moving by turning around and touching her backside again on camera for the world to see.
So Resilient Jenkins made a backup page of them and the kids and doing little fun things. And do you guys want to know what those fun things entail? Stephanie and her little girls turning around and showing their behinds and shaking them, smacking their own
A child imitating their mum, yes, but the adult in the room, aka Stephanie, didn't edit that out, didn't censor it, just posted it. Let's re-anchor real quick. We're watching a mother repeatedly overexpose her daughter while also failing to protect her physically and emotionally. And this is the moment where the story flips completely, and not in a cute way. Stephanie's most recent appearance during Drew's live stream had everybody, and I mean everybody, pausing their scroll and going, wait, what is she doing? So, picture this. She's pacing, not once, not twice, but constantly going back and forth from the main room to the bathroom. And here's the kicker. Every single time, she's clutching her handbag like it holds the secrets to the universe. Not casually, not slung over the shoulder like she's stepping out. No, like it's glued to her and she cannot leave it behind. She'd go for maybe 20 seconds, close the door tightly behind her, like full dramatic shot, and come out sniffing, eyes darting, visibly shaken, almost like she was trying not to look at the camera, but also check if anyone noticed. And girl, we noticed. Everyone noticed. At one point, Drew even opened the door for her like it was part of some weird routine, and the energy between them, you could cut it with a knife. Dead silence. No words, no eye contact, just this uncomfortable, twitchy moment that had all of us screaming in the comments.
Okay, so follow the comment to see my video from yesterday explaining why I'm posting that clip. But see how weird she's acting? She brings her purse, goes in the bathroom, is only in there for 20 seconds, and then comes and hands Drew something, and then awkwardly looks at the camera and walks out. My dog wants to come inside. So I just wanted to post an example of what I was referring to.
Now tell me, that's not suspicious. Viewers immediately clocked it for what it looked like. Behavior that lined up exactly with someone trying to sneak something on the low. And when I say Stephanie looked out of it, her eyes weren't just red. They looked like she hadn't slept in 3 days. Her gestures? Shaky, disconnected. It gave the vibe of someone managing something way bigger than what the screen was showing. Let's not forget, and I mean this is a huge one, her own mom allegedly said Stephanie had been to rehab before. And it wasn't just for MJ. She specifically hinted it was for something stronger and said recently that Stephanie was showing those same red flags all over again. So now, naturally, the internet is asking the big question. Is Stephanie dealing with something more serious? Because from the outside, looking in, it's not giving quirky TikTok mom anymore. It's giving high risk, deep denial, and completely unfiltered chaos. So, what does this tell us? Let's break down 3 possible theories, and y'all, none of them are pretty. So, here's the thing, the pacing back and forth, the way she clutches that handbag like her life depends on it every time she goes to the bathroom. The red eyes, the nervous glances, the way she suddenly avoids the camera like it just said something rude. It's giving addiction.
I'm not pulling this out of my ass. Here's Stephanie's mom saying that she took her to rehab and dropped her off for gardening.
Do you suspect current rug use? I know that you've talked about the legal stuff that is available in Oregon and a few other states, not legal federally, but legal in states, guys. I'm sure you can catch my drift. If you missed the first live, she talked a little bit about that, and that again, everything affects people differently, okay? So obviously I know there's a lot of people that use that, and it's great, and the green works well for a lot of people. Yeah, gardening, I'm a huge advocate for gardening, but again, it doesn't work for everybody, okay? And I don't know if you want to share a little bit about just kind of your experience with that, but I think that's what she went to rehab for, correct?
Yeah. And I know, like, some people don't think that that's really an addiction, but it really is. It is. And it's one that herself and her father and her older brother, because basically all three of them have ADHD, and but her dad would get incredibly violent when he trying so hard to figure out the right way to word it, but when he would consume it, he would get incredibly violent.
Some people do, guys. Listen.
So in case you missed it, her mother took her to rehab for gardening. Now she's posting about gardening. That means she's an addict in a relapse. Unless she lied to her mother about why she was in rehab. Yeah, it was just greenery though, right?
Now, her own mother allegedly said she might have gone to rehab before, and not for MJ, but for something stronger. And that same mother claimed she was seeing those signs again, which, that would explain a lot. The erratic behavior, the impulsive decisions, and the complex lack of prioritization when it comes to her kids. What would disapprove it? Simple. A clear drug test. Let's be honest. If she won't even clear up a rumor, what are the chances she'll clear this up? Okay, hear me out. Every time she puts ID in the frame, something goes wrong. It's always unsafe, awkward, or just downright inappropriate. And then she adds a mocking voiceover, like, why is a child being used for this level of internet drama? The theory is that she knows people will call her out, and that engagement, even if it's angry engagement, still gets views. It's sad, but not unheard of. The algorithm rewards chaos, and Stephanie knows how to serve it up hot. What would disapprove this? She'd have to stop filming Addie altogether. Start treating her like a daughter, not a storyline. Now, this one hits hard. Viewers say CPS has visited the motel, but that's it. No follow-ups, no visible improvement in the living conditions, no emergency placement, just vibes. Meanwhile, we have a mom pacing like she's waiting for a delivery from the street pharmacist, and a child who is being overexposed, emotionally neglected, and turned into a second caregiver. And CPS is just watching. What would disapprove it? If we saw real CPS reports, if they said, hey, here's what we are doing, here's the safety plan, here's what Stephanie needs to fix. Until then, it feels like these kids are slipping through the cracks. So where we are now is a mother of 5-year-old, not one, not two, possibly struggling with addiction, exposing her daughter to the internet in ways that no sane adult should, and getting away with it like it's just another Tuesday on TikTok. And instead of focusing on basic needs like, oh, I don't know, a roof over their heads, Stephanie's out here soft launching her next phone purchase. She keeps talking about how her phone is glitching, like it's personally victimizing her. And y'all, you can just feel it. She's planting the seeds so that when she rolls out with a shiny new iPhone, it won't look unhinged. But let's be real. The only thing glitching here is her sense of priority. Like, your kids are in a motel, you're filming them in dangerous situations. CPS is allegedly circling around you, and your biggest concern is upgrading your content device? Girl, be serious. Not thinking about housing, not deleting all that clutter on her phone to free up space, just wanting a new gadget. Why? Because in her mind, content is queen, and children, apparently, just supporting characters. It's giving full blown content over custody. Meanwhile, Addie is literally out here playing second mom. She's chopping onions with a kitchen knife while Stephanie holds a camera instead of her hand. She's probably packing her siblings' snacks, wiping noses, soothing the toddler, all while being filmed like she's a sitcom character. That child doesn't need a ring light in her face. She needs a break, a bed, some peace, and a mom who puts her safety over social media. Because right now, it's looking like Addie is doing the parenting while Stephanie is doing the filming. Bottom line, Stephanie Jenkins has crossed from messy mom content to actual endangerment. And if no one around steps in, not CPS, not her followers, not her own family, then who will protect Addie and her siblings? My verdict. This isn't just drama, this is neglect. This is exposure, and it's happening in plain sight. What do you think? Is Stephanie being reckless, manipulative, or both? Drop your thoughts below, like and subscribe to stay updated. We'll be watching this story closely.